Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this video, we're gonna be talking about should you be investing in real estate? Is now the right time? Or should you be waiting for a crash? Check it out. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Justin Colby and welcome to this channel. The first thing I'm gonna ask you to do is like this video or even subscribe to this channel as I talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. If any of those things strike your fancy, make sure you show me some love. The YouTube gods really appreciate it, and that makes me appreciate you. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about whether it is too late to start investing in real estate. As most of you guys know, I am a real estate investor full-time. I've actually been doing it for over 14 years. And the thing that I know to be true out of all 14 years is one thing. You can't time the market. There just is no such thing, because about a year and a half ago when COVID broke out, I would have told you the market was gonna crash. My crystal ball is obviously broken because the market continues to appreciate at an all-time high all throughout the country. So the first point I bring to you is you should not be investing in real estate if you're trying to time the market. If you're trying to time the peak of the market and sell at the peak, then you probably would have tried to sell about 2 years ago. Because about 2 years ago, everyone said 2020 was when the crash was gonna hit. Well, looking back on it, the individuals that sold in 2020 probably still did absolutely amazing, but they didn't time it right because there has still been quite a long time that this market has been appreciating. In Phoenix, Arizona, where I'm from and where I've done the vast majority of my investing, we have just appreciated over 25% in a single 1 year period. That means if a home was going for $400,000 1 year ago, it is now going for $500,000 this very same year. Now that type of appreciation is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think anyone was seeing it or thought it was gonna happen. But again, the idea is for you not to make a decision on whether to invest or not because you're trying to time the market. It ultimately boils down to math. And vice versa, you can't try to time the bottom. You don't want to wait as the market does correct because you're going to keep thinking it's going to go lower and lower, and you don't want to be the one catching a falling knife because you think you're going to lose money if you buy today because it's going to drop and depreciate even lower tomorrow. So let's talk about the one main pillar that you should be making a decision on whether it's too late or not too late. It's simple. It's called math. You should be making decisions not based around emotion or simply doing some research on what's new on CNN and what CNN says the housing market's gonna do. You should actually be boiling it down to math. After 14 years of real estate investing and flipping homes and wholesaling homes, I most recently got into buying rentals. Now, most of you might be thinking, Justin, why are you buying rentals right now? The market is at an all-time high. Now, while I agree with you, and I'm actually using that to my advantage when wholesaling and flipping, I also have sought out and found markets that are at great price points to continue to buy for rentals because of the math. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't want to dumb it down too much. I want you guys to understand what I mean by math. I mean, if I buy a property at a certain price point in Oklahoma City, let's call it $20,000, and I have to put $50,000 into that same rental, that means I'm in $70,000 all in. If my bank is willing to refi out 75% of ARV, which in this case would be $85,000, that means the bank is gonna give me back $63,000 and some change, and I'm into this thing for $50,000 or $70,000. That means I've really only left in $7,000 into this property and I brought all my cash back out. Now here's the reason why the math works. Because I'm leaving $7,000 in the deal and the property is renting for $850 a month, with my mortgage payment roughly being $400 a month, I'm keeping $450 minus taxes and minus any type of repairs. I'm keeping the remaining of my money. Now, it won't take me very long for me to be able to actually recoup the remaining $7,000 that is in there. And on top of this, the tenant is paying down my mortgage each and every year. So yes, the market is at an all-time high, but as long as you stick to the simple mathematics of investing in real estate, it really shouldn't matter. Another way that I think a lot of people are making wise decisions right now at an all-time high is they're doing something called house hacking. I love this principle. As simply as buying a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, and you actually rent out one of the units. And when I say rent out, I mean live for free, while the remaining of the tenants are actually paying the mortgage and the loan on the property. This is a brilliant way to get into real estate investing, build up a massive amount of equity, and ultimately build up wealth. And it allows you to get into the space of real estate investing. Quite honestly, that can help a lot of people live for free as long as you do it the right way. You need to make sure that you understand how much your loan is going to cost, what type of taxes you're going to be paying, and ultimately if you can rent out the either one side in a duplex or two or three sides in a fourplex to make sure you cover all those costs. So essentially you're in the game for free, you're building wealth because the tenants are also paying down that mortgage, and then one day you're gonna have enough equity and you can take that equity and go out and do it again and again and again. Guys, if you guys are liking this right now and this resonates with you, make sure you are smashing the like button, and hey, do me an extra favor. Share this video. Show all your friends who are trying to figure out whether now is the right time to get into real estate investing. Now, a third principle on whether it's a good time is make sure you are finding off-market properties. Over the last 14 years of real estate investing, this has been my secret sauce. While I've taught most of you, if not all of you, what marketing strategies I use, I've really never deviated from getting off-market properties. Whether I'm using cold calling to find them, pay-per-click advertising to find them, direct mail to find them, text messaging to find them, I'm finding properties that the homeowner is in need to sell so I can be buying at a discount. So ultimately what I'm telling you is make sure you're buying the property right. For me, that means finding people that are in need to sell, that are motivated to sell, so I have some negotiation ability. If the property's listed on the market today, as we're all aware, the market's at an all-time high, and you're likely not gonna be buying at a discount or buying it right to make it a good investment. So for those of you thinking about flipping homes and finding a deal on the MLS, you're barking up the wrong tree right now. I'd hurry up and find a good marketing strategy for you to use, like texting, cold calling, PPC, direct mail, or otherwise, so that you can find a motivated seller needing to sell and you can buy the property right. Little plug for myself, if you're interested in working with me on coaching you how to build this business in the wholesaling and flipping business, so go to thescienceofflipping.com. That is The Science of Flipping, and go fill out the form for free. Some of my executive team will reach out to you and we can have a discussion of whether I'm gonna be the right coach for you or if you're gonna be the right fit for me. And lastly, and probably the thing that you all know already, and this is the no duh, is location, location, location. Ultimately, I'm gonna say yes, it is still a great time to be a real estate investor. It is still a great time to get into real estate investing. And this last pillar is probably the pillar that most of you guys know, which is buy the homes in the right locations. Now, whether you're looking to keep one as a rental or you're looking to flip it yourself, either way you wanna be in the best areas. Areas that I can think about, like for myself, would be is you want to be somewhere in central Phoenix where there's still so many people that want to rent properties and that can afford to buy properties. For me, that is the bread and butter when it comes to flipping. I also have students who actually go the other way. They actually think the best areas to be in are the affluent areas, the higher price point areas, so they can make bigger bucks. Ultimately, no matter what, you want to stay in the locations that are going to be highly sought after. So whether it's Central Phoenix because the price point is right, or if it's Scottsdale or Paradise Valley because you can make the big bucks and people want to be there that have the money, you want to boil it down to location. And if you're renting, well, I've already told you that. That was the first pillar. It's just math, everybody. You want to make sure the math is right for it to be a good investment for yourself. So for a recap, really quickly, do not get into real estate investing if you're just trying to time the market. You never know when it's the bottom, and when it is the top, you also really never know. So just stay away from timing the market. Boil it down to the first pillar, which is it's just math. Make it a financial investment, don't make it an emotional investment. If you're gonna keep it for your portfolio, make sure the math works out. If you're flipping it, make sure you're buying it right. You can also do things called house hacking, which is pillar number 2, where you're gonna be buying a multi-unit, you're gonna live in one of it, that way you can live for free. You're gonna have multiple tenants that are hopefully paying off your mortgage and giving you equity, and then you can use that equity to go pull a line of credit and go flip houses or maybe even buy more rentals. Third is gonna be buying it right, buying properties that are off market, that you have motivation with the seller to get it at the right price that makes the math work for you. And lastly, but pretty much the main pillar of real estate investing or real estate in general, is location, location, location. Stick to the locations that are good for you. Don't go in rural areas or areas that have more risk or uniqueness about them. Stick to good, solid locations, such as, in my area, Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, Paradise Valley. That's it for this video, guys. Hopefully this found you well. Make sure you're liking this video, hit subscribe, and by the way, make sure you turn your notifications on because I drop 3 videos a week. If you're interested in having me coach you on scaling and building a wholesaling and flipping business, go to thescienceofflipping.com, fill out the free form. My team will get with you to see if we're the right fit. Besides that, guys, I will see you on the next video. Peace.